I am excited because I've been waiting to get my hands on one of these for ages. One of the best looking cars, if not the best looking car in the crossover segment, the CUPRA FORMENTOR. I love it. It's so Spanish and flamboyant like me. Now this is the top selling car for CUPRA. They've sold 97,000 units last year in 2022, which is decent. Stands for 64% of their total sales. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you why you should be looking at getting a CUPRA FORMENTOR, and also why the lower trim levels are definitely the ones to be getting. Bit of a backstory then about the CUPRA brand. VW Group own Seat and CUPRA. Now Seats used to be repurposed and rebadged VW cars, and then CUPRA were the performance variant of Seat. So you would have the Seat CUPRA Leon and so forth, just like the R is to the Golf. But now CUPRA is a standalone brand, and this Formentor is the first one they have built from the ground up. And just like CUPRA, they like calling the name of their car a place in Spain. So Seat Ibiza, this is called Formentor, which is actually a place in Mallorca. Let's talk about the Formentor that I'm driving then. This is the 1.5 TSI petrol 4-cylinder engine. It's 150 brake horsepower, 250 Newton meters of torque, 0 to 62 in 8.9 seconds. Which I know some of you might be saying, oh, that's not very quick. It's not the speed of the top of the range 310 Farder Stark one with a 2-litre Golf R engine, all right? But I actually think this is all you need, and you'll have to hear me out, and we'll talk more about that through this episode. I want to talk to you about competition. What other cars are there out there in this crossover segment? So this starts at 31k. The Peugeot 408, that's a bit of a bonkers design. Some people like that. That's 30k. Maybe you want BMW X2. You're looking at 34k. Audi Q3, 33k. Maybe Kia Niro, that's 29k. The VW T-Roc, that's 26k, but this looks much better than that. Then you have the, the Mazda CX-30, that's at 25k. That is a little bit smoother, a little bit of sort of like nothing design, not really sure about that one. So my question to you really is, out of all the competitors and the price points we just spoke about, what would you have over the Formentor? Let me know in the comments below. Everything is so clear and visible. I've got a 10.25 inch digital cluster dash. All of them get that. This is the V2, but you get it in the V1. All of them get a 12-inch whopper of an infotainment screen. Again, it's a VW Group product. You've seen that in other VW cars and Seat cars. And it's okay, right? I don't have problems with it. I know some people do. I haven't had any issues with it so far. What I found hard was just trying to find everything. But once you find everything and you know where it is, it's not an issue. The only issue is the touch sensitive controls. That's the only thing. But I don't use the volume on there. I use the volume on the wheel. Anyway, I love the tech. I think it's great. These seats, you don't get these seats Nappa leather in the V1. So the V2 gets these Nappa leather seats, and they're electric on this side but not on your passenger side, but they are supportive. The foam is strong. I really kind of gave it a kung fu grab earlier, and you know when you're feeling some hard foam, it's going to be durable, it's going to be great for you, and good support. So the seats look great. We know CUPRA is a performance variant, performance brand, and although this is only the 1.5 petrol engine, the car still gives you those sporty elements. Though you sit lower down, it's only 50 millimeters higher than the CUPRA Leon hatchback, 150 millimeters lower than the Seat Ateca, just to give you some reference. And you sit a lot lower than other SUVs and crossovers. And the handling is great. It's got a good balance to it. You can put it into sport mode, which kind of just sharpens it up a little bit with the making it stiffer. Suspension is comfortable, slightly on the firm side, but because you're sitting low, it kind of feels all together, soaking up those bumps. What I'm going to do now is, I am in comfort mode at the moment, and I am on this gorgeous B road just throwing it in. Handling is brilliant, very lovely. It's very wet and rainy today. I'm going to click the car, I'm going to go to driver profile, and I'm going to go to sport. Now it's not got the dynamic chassis control, which you can get as an option, or you get with higher trim levels, which give you adaptive dampening. And obviously you get a CUPRA button here on the wheel, and also you get a start stop button. But let's just give it, it's in sport, and you can just, oh, it's wet. And although it is only the 1.5, you still feel like you're in a sporty car, and I love that. Okay, 0 to 62 in 8.9 seconds, they say, is the 1.5. I've said that a lot. Into sport mode, I'm gonna go into, I'm in sport, let's go. Oh, it's taking a bit of time. It's holding onto the gear a bit there. Come on. And there we go. Okay, now we can start hearing that engine just roar a little bit more, can't we? But I think it's more than enough. I think it's more than enough for most families, for those, you know, hardcore petrol heads. Maybe you want to spend a bit more and you want to get, you know, the better engine. But good bit of fun, just to showcase what the launch is like in this 1.5. My favourite thing about the car is the way it looks, and we're going to have a look at that right now, especially this light bar. This is the 1.5, so we've got a little exhaust outlet down there. It's not the quad exhaust like you get with the bigger engine, the 2 litre. Look at these wheels. I don't think CUPRA know how to make a bad wheel. You've got all these lumps and bumps and these wide haunches, creases, sharp creases coming down there. Same again with the wing mirrors. And then the front of the car. Look at this. This is brilliant. And normally with other cars, you have to pay more to get the sporty bumpers or the sport variant. But because CUPRA's always stood for being the sport variant, you can get the low trim level like the V1 and the V2, and you still get all of the quality looks of the car. Look at the LED lights as well, which mimic that of the CUPRA badge. And that reminds me of like the Spectre logo from James Bond. You know, it's a baddie's car, it's aggressive, it's mean. No matter where you look, the car looks just super sexy. It's a great, good looking car. Practicality. Boot space, 450 litres, very good. Space in the front is good. Head space here, loads of leg room for me. But I've got Adam in the rear passenger space in the cabin. I want to know from him comfort levels and what it's like back there. So talk to me, Ads.
Okay, so in the back, let me show you my setup. I've currently got camera, filming, and I've got my lunch down there. Let me show you my knee room. There's not a lot. I haven't got a lot of knee room. I can confirm that. You've got some USBs down here, which is quite nice with the climate control. That looks quite nice. I'd say headroom, I've actually got heaps of it. I've got heaps of headroom. If I was a tall bloke, I'd be happy. Also, let me talk about lighting, because the window's quite small, especially this one. I'm not sure what that is or what the purpose of it is, but I'm not sure it needs it. Let me talk to you about the seats. The seats are quite comfortable actually. They're at quite a nice angle and my back's quite comfy, and the actual headrests are nice and supportive for your head. Now the seats in the front, I'm not keen on them. Let me sort of try and show you what I mean. They're like absolutely massive, right? So they sort of give you the feeling that you're in some sort of taxi because they block out so much of the front and you can't really see. Try and peer through the little window, but it's not that great of an experience for the passengers in the back. So other than that, the ride comfortable. It does soak up the bumps, so no complaints in that department. It is quite claustrophobic a little bit, but other than that, if I shut my eyes, I'll be comfy.
Efficiency. Today, living in the UK, cost of living crisis, making the penny stretch or the pound stretch, we need to cut costs. This 1.5 petrol engine will get me 40.9 average that CUPRA say miles to the gallon. It's going to save you a lot more money than the bigger engines in the lineup for the Formentor. So you're going to save money and your car's going to be more efficient. Let's look at my trip at the moment and just see, because I reset it at the start. It's a real life. I have been given a little bit of beans, and it says 33.3 miles to the gallon, but that would be worse with the 2-litre turbo engine you can get on the higher trim levels. So you have to think about efficiency, and again, that is another factor of why sticking with the lower trim levels in the CUPRA Formentor range will save you money. Boot space, you get 450 litres with the V2 and the V1, which is great. Look at all this space down there, cavernous loads, and actually it's an adjustable boot floor as well, so you can put it in there. Now, if you go for the top trim levels with 4-wheel drive, you only get 420 litres of boot space. So this one's 450, you get 30 litres more. Affordability. The Formentor is an affordable car. For example, if you wanted to lease the car brand new with a V1 trim, you can look in at 220 quid per month if you put down a couple of grand up front. That's doable when you're getting a lot of car. A used website I've been looking at, averaging around £25,000. You can get a good one, maybe with a few options as well, with low mileage, like 20k mileage. And then obviously brand new from the CUPRA website, you're looking at V1 starts from £31,000. All different options there and very affordable. I'd love to know from you guys, what would you do? How would you finance it? What would you go for? Let me know in the comments below. So that has been our episode on the CUPRA Formentor. What a tremendous vehicle, huh? I think we can all agree it's probably the best, if not the best option if you're looking for a crossover vehicle. I mean, the looks, it's stunning, it's beautiful. CUPRA have done such a good job with the design language. We've tested it on the UK country roads. It's a horrible rainy day today. Still a smile on my face. It's comfortable. Loads of standard tech. That whopper of a 12-inch infotainment. You get that with all the models. What do you guys think about the CUPRA Formentor? If you like the video, throw me a like. Comment down below what you think. What would you have over this? Get subbed, and I will see you on the next one.